What? Oh, 7 days. Okay, yeah, that sounds right. Okay, test. Let's see.
Try what again?
Try starting it again.
You tried it once already.
I tried it really quick, yeah, and then it was just like, but now it's like, so now it's better. Yeah, okay, there we go. So it was like dropping like every single frame for a second. I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Let's hope that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, no, it's doing good now. So we are live now. So if you want to go ahead and do your thing.
All right then. Hey, folks, and welcome to the one and only Get Me Off the Mood live stream. I'm Skybane0, and joining me today is
Yoshader, aka yeah, that's my thing today. Not knowing what my thing is. So that's a good one, huh? Pretty top tier.
Yes, indeed. Please go by a different name every week, so hey.
Yep, that's right.
And, I can't see it on my screen here, hint, hint, but I'm under the impression we are streaming Mega Man Legends again today.
No, we're not. We're streaming Mario 64, you guys. Here we go.
Oh yeah, did you guys, did we tell you about that neat little mod that's been released for Mario 64 where you can play as Mega Man and in all these environments from Mega Man Legends? It's a very nice mod. You can.
It's pretty crazy, to be honest.
Almost like you're playing the actual Mega Man Legends.
Yep. I don't know how people do it. Some people are crazy.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, anyway. But yeah, so we're doing Mega Man Legends hard mode. Still trying to 100% it. You gotta go through every single little bit.
Yeah, gotta clear that map.
Yeah. Oh, we're clearing the maps? I mean, like exploring literally every corner to get the map filled out.
That's what I mean when I say clear the maps. Maybe other people mean differently, but...
No, because I didn't do that.
You aren't one of those people, then, that feels the need to clear your map.
I'm not a person, so I don't know about that.
Oh, okay, well that's revelation.
Yeah.
Hello to all our chatters. Nice to have all our regulars on board. Yeah, even if you're just joining the stream and aren't used to the setup, then hello to you. Hope you enjoy your stay.
Yep.
BLJ in Legends, though.
The what?
Zero MC is asking, can you BLJ in Legends?
BLJ in Legends?
BLJ in Legends.
I don't get what you're asking. I'm confused. You're confusing me.
Let's get started.
Yeah, okay, but it looks like we're in the Lake June ruins right here. Ah, boy. Arguably some of the creepiest ruins in the game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
There's just so much stuff, like, popping out of nowhere, and, this is one of those ruins where you just don't know what you're going to encounter around every corner here. You know, it starts out crazy with these, you know, these Hirokos firing off the fireballs, which before this point you'd only see them, like, spin at you. You know, you didn't know they had the ability to fire off projectiles. So it starts off with a bang, you know, just completely unexpected stuff. And then, like, as you go deeper in, of course, you encounter those, I like to call them the Crab Reaver bots, that kind of just rush at you and make that weird shattering sound. Then after that, you know, you find, oh man, the infamous disappearing Shurikurusu Reaver bots, which, oh man, those things, you know, when I went into that for the first time, I was like, well, you know, I just did my best to, like, scram as soon as I could from that room, you know, just point A to point B, no interruptions, you know, no distractions. Because, I mean, you just never know where those guys are gonna pop up, and it feels like they can just come at you at any angle. You know, it doesn't matter where you are, it doesn't matter how out of the way you are, they will come at you. And, they don't give a crap about, you know, the physical, what do you call those, like, they just don't give a crap for the laws of our universe, which dictate certain movements within a certain plane.
Yeah, I don't care for the rules of nature.
Yeah, that's it, the rules of nature. I don't know. I guess this ruin has its own gravitational laws or something, but how can I say? But man, seriously, it's just
There we go.
a huge shock around every corner. But you do get some awesome stuff like that. You know, the jet skates, the hover jets, the jet skates.
Okay. Oops.
So in that respect, it's a really, I think, stands out. You know, it's kind of like that place where you get a lot of good stuff. Oh yeah, and then the Reaver Sharks. Yeah, then you have the Reaver Sharks, and who can forget the boss at the end of the ruin, where, you know, you step inside that one room, you're like, okay, you know, there's this really creepy-looking barrel thing, but otherwise, it doesn't look that bad. Then when you walk back into the room after getting the refractor, it reveals itself as this really, man, outlandish boss. You know, it's like, you know, I've said this a lot of times, but the Reaver boss in this game are like the stuff of nightmares in a lot of cases. I don't think the rule for that one is any less appropriate. Like, man. So, you know, this ruin, I have a lot to say about it, and I could probably go on and on about just how crazy it is in general. But I think that's pretty much self-explanatory at this point. Yeah, you know, I mean, I think we can all look back on those parts now and think, okay, you know, this isn't that bad. And people like me nowadays can even derive a lot of fun from, you know, just wandering that one room with the invisible Shurikurusus, and, you know, just have a lot of fun blasting them to no end. You know, I mean, I derive a lot of delight from that nowadays, but back in the day, when you were first being introduced to this as, like, a kid, there's a lot to handle. You know, just a lot of jump scares. I think in many respects, Mega Man Legends was kind of the introductory horror game for a lot of people in their youth.
Yeah. Oops.
Okay, and here we are.
Yeah. Let's see. Where are they? They're hiding. They're being extra invisible today.
But you can always hear them.
Yeah. They're always stationary.
I don't know about that, real Mega Zero.
I swear you can see them. Oh, well. Hey. Oh. Get out of here. Alright. I do hear one stomping around.
Always hear one stomping around.
I
don't know. I don't know if they're more scary because you can hear them, or like if you couldn't hear them. I wonder if they'd be more scary then. I'd like to think that you know, being able to hear them at least gives, you know, helps to give them a pattern of some sort that makes them predictable in a certain respect. Oh, the joint plug! Yay, hey!
Yeah. Best thing.
Yeah, that's another milestone, I think, in this game that this ruin offers. I mean, you got the rollerboard back there, which can help you make the jet skates, and then you have this thing, which I think is very, again, I think it's a real milestone for this game, because up until this point you can only equip like 2 Buster parts. Funny, actually, when you think about it, it's the 2 water ruins in these games where you get the joint plugs.
Oh, they're there.
In the end. Oh, yep, there they are.
Wow. Oh, they go like really invisible.
I have a serious question here for you folks in the chat. Which enemies do you think are more formidable foes? Do you think it's these invisible Reaver bots, or do you think it's the shark ones later on in the ruins with the that weird water barrier going for it?
Oops. Look like I can make it. Gotta fill out this whole room.
Yeah.
Oh no. Get out of here.
Let's not get caught up in that crap.
Oh, you want me to fill up the rooms, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, see? So there we go. So I gotta do it. Oh, whoa, my...
Oh,
Alright.
snap.
We'll fill this one later. Where are we at? We're going here now.
That's a good point, Zero Amnesty. You do have a lot of room to dodge these invisible bots. A lot of room, and a lot of levels as well. With the Shark Reaver bots, you kind of only have that one... oh, nice, you got a starter key. But with the Shark Reaver bots, you kind of only have that one room and that one level for which you can dodge attacks. In this room, you not only have a whole lot more space, but you also have a whole lot more, more levels to dodge on. You know, I mean, like there's a lower level, a middle level, and then a higher level. And I know I was talking earlier about how those Reaver bots can kind of appear out of nowhere at any point in the room. But in all honesty, I don't think they appear that often on the top, like on the very top level, if at all.
Overslept, no worries. We've only been streaming like 10 minutes basically, so you're good.
And I mean, what's Sunday for if you can't oversleep a bit?
Exactly. It's the day of rest.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, no.
I find that a weird thing to talk. I find rest a weird thing to talk about when we're in this ruin. I think the most tense ruin in not only this game, but in this series alone. Oh. It's a nice way to dodge him. Okay, Josh, I'm gonna challenge you to at least one of these.
Defeat one?
At least one of them, if you can. You know, actually,
oh my god,
that's too
so
much.
many of them.
You know, that's another thing about this room. They spawn so quickly, and like before you know it, there's like 10 of them on the screen.
I went to the wrong one. Just send me to the overworld ruin thing. Oh, whatever. I don't think we can explore here too much right now.
Yeah.
See. Oh yeah, I need the drill, right? Yeah, the drill.
Power.
Can you break those with the bombs, or is it only the drill?
It depends on which bombs you're talking about. The Grand Grenade is the one that can break them open, but you get another grenade earlier on before that, and that one is less powerful and doesn't break the walls.
Yeah,
so
okay.
It's the one that you find in Gramps' chest. But you don't get access to that until like after you defeat the. I can't remember exactly when, but it's like you don't get access to that until you get the red refractor, I think. You're likely to acquire the power drill before the Grand Grenade, so. There's that. I think. Oh, wait, no. No, you get the drill afterwards. Excuse me.
Two breaks.
Shady Round's giving you the breakdown there.
Yeah.
Pardon the pun.
So basically just use the drill for walls. Or drill for going to the stuff. Grenade may or may not. Oh, they both take me to the outside room. I thought one of them took me to another room. I might be thinking of the next ruin. Let's see.
2's great. Particularly take them into the water ruins where you fight, and that's the room where you fight Claymore. I remember, just taking that drill in there by accident because there were a couple walls I had to break open in that one water ruin. But I didn't want to go back because, gosh, when you get in, oh snap, they got you cornered there.
No.
Water ruins, you have to go back because it's this big convoluted process. But I remember taking it into that and using it to fight Claymore, and it's just the most convenient weapon to use against Claymore. Because what does Claymore do the whole fight? He stands still, doesn't do a thing, doesn't even move. It's like the ideal boss to use that weapon on.
able to repair the flutter with one
Awkward
mouse
angle to
click.
be standing at.
I know. Okay, well I still need one more, so gotta go back. And we are running.
Mm-hmm.
And they really do throw a lot of these guys in here. Oh my, oh,
I know, it's excessive almost, and even when
Yeah.
you're really late into the game, where you have a lot of good equipment, they're still difficult to fight. You know, it's like they never become easier to tackle, even when you have a lot of good equipment at your belt. Hey, Morgan! Nice to see ya. I'm not sure if you've been here before, but in case you haven't, I'm Skybane, and here is Josh playing the game on my side here.
Me? Ooh. Spooky. I don't think where I haven't gone yet. I just have trouble finding one here. Okay, I did that. Okay, I see it. Let's see.
Yeah, we do stream on Saturdays for the most part.
Yeah.
I guess, I mean, that works for some people, it doesn't for others. But we're streaming on Sunday primarily because... What was it, Josh?
I had to work on
What's going
Saturday
on?
because I had to work on Saturday because I had to make up work for Monday. So that's basically.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep. So it's my own fault. And then last week it was because I had to do had to go to the doctor's.
Okay, well, those are understandable reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, but I mean Sundays, I don't know, it seems to be working good for people, so I don't know, maybe we'll get a key.
There it is, yeah. Yeah, it depends on what works for people overall. I mean, I do notice a couple people who aren't here, but usually are on Saturday, so I think it's kind of a trade-off.
Yeah. Okay, well before I turn in those keys, I wanna stop hitting triangle to exit that menu. And then after that,
Avoid the struggle of Mega Man Legends 1, and Mega Man Legends 2 as well. That's also a problem in that game.
I mean, I could just hit select 2 to also get out of it. I don't even have to press triangle, but just used to it.
It's pretty OP in Legends 1. A lot of enemies that pose the greatest threat early can be disarmed with flip. Yeah, I mean, with the exception of maybe the Hanmuru doll, where, just for the record, we tried to kick him to death once. It didn't work out too well.
I mean, it is pretty powerful. I kicked Bonbon's head off, so...
Yeah, that's, we'll take that for what it's worth.
Yeah, let's go back.
What you gonna do? Make the jet skates? Skates.
Yes, I'm gonna make everything. Make everything, get my health back up, save. Probably upgrade something. I check these boxes. Empty. But they had something. Maybe I checked them already.
Yeah, I always notice the that there's kind of a line dividing players who decide to go back, you know, halfway through the ruins to make the jet skates and all this other good stuff you get in the Lake Jiun ruins, and then players who just want to make it through in one trip and make all the good stuff afterwards. I guess I've never quite gotten the impression that you belong to the former category, Josh. But you never struck me as the kind of person who belonged to the former category, where you decide to quit the ruin halfway to make all the good stuff you get. You know, so you can have a lot of good equipment before you take on the boss.
Well, I just don't want to do it over again.
a genuine concern, I think, because you're on hard mode. It can be a
Yeah.
bit challenging.
Hard mode really is throwing me off because I've never done it before.
Yeah. About this doesn't get brought up a whole lot. I think particularly because the ruins in this game are so short in a lot of cases. But many of the bosses in the ruins in this game, there's no save point before the rooms where you fight them. So yeah, if you lose, it's literally like you have to do that whole ruin all over again, unless you quit mid-ruin and go to roll to save.
Just seemed like a good idea at the time.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's a genuine concern, especially in hard mode, where you're taking all this damage and enemies take so long to defeat. But yeah, that's something I think that was also fixed in Mega Man Legends 2. You had more data popped up more often to help you save your progress before you fought a boss. In this game, it's not like that at all in most cases. Like, you have one before Juno, but that's
really it. That's what
that's
all I could think of.
Yeah, and I mean, you also have the boat battle and the ship fight as well. But aside from that, Data doesn't make any appearances in the ruins themselves.
Alright, I gotta refill my canteen. Probably get a little more health or something. Oh, I gotta buy these two. Oh wait. Oh, you know what? I should get this. That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
And get that. There.
Whatever works for you.
Yeah. Thought I'd increase it by 4. Well, whatever. So now I have... Oh, I'm reading the wrong thing. Energy. Sure. Why not?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, Data does appear in before the fights with Babu, Bon, Teasel, and Juno. But here's the thing: with the exception of the Juno fight, Data never appears in the ruins. So if there's a boss in those ruins, then Data's not going to be there to help you save your progress and ensure that you have a bit of a safety net before going into that boss fight.
Yeah.
So and again, I think that was remedied in Legends 2, but in Legends 1, I think it was a bit of a problem. Because, the bosses in this game, I mean, you could call them chumps once you get used to them, but, like, when you're trying to learn their patterns and stuff, they can be a bit of a, there could be some pretty formidable adversaries.
Especially Juno.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, Juno's not so much of a problem because you have Data right before that room.
Yeah. Oh, did I check this? Oh, there you go.
Another thing that's neat about stopping mid-ruin and going back to like the towns and stuff is that there's new character dialogue that you can only access during that interim period. After you beat a ruin, the character dialogue changes, but in between the time where you are able to access a ruin and the time that you finish it, there's some exclusive character dialogue that you can only access at that time. And that's something that I used to get a lot of delight out of back in the day. Like quitting a ruin mid progress and then going back to explore and read all this extra character dialogue that would only be accessible during that short period of time. Oh, yeah, that too.
Such a pro. Okay. Okay, so just like that.
Yeah, you know what to do. It's crazy how short this ruin is once you finally, know what you're doing.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the whole key search helps to draw it out a bit, but once you know what you're doing, oh man, this part right
Just
here.
run. Just run. Don't look back.
Yeah, but seriously, when you're running through here, it feels like you can't run fast enough. And that they can literally jump out at you from at any point.
Alright. Here we go. I forget this guy's proper name, but I always just call him by what Blue Metal calls him. If you don't know him, he's the speedrunner for this game, like the main one. I always just call him the Dorito King now, because that's all I can think of.
Yeah, that's what happens when you can find a good substitute name. It's like, I mean, especially with the Reaverbot names in this game, like Shotokurusu, Haroko, Guru Koiten. Ah, man, it's just, it's nuts.
Yeah.
That's funny. No alarms or security devices? Be careful, Mega Man. I don't like the looks of this.
Okay.
Mega Man, I'm picking up a Reaverbot signal. It came out of
Naku
nowhere.
Ranchi
Just
Spicy
that big
Nacho.
one. The readings are going off the scale.
I believe it.
There he is.
Yep. The one and only Dorito King. Oh, gotta get that rolling under control.
Oh.
If you can.
Oops.
Hey, are you gonna use the Splash Mine strat?
Oh, he's diving at me, right?
Oh, the Splash Mine strat is great.
Yeah, down moves down. Yeah, that's what I had it at. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's see.
Splash Mine business.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna try it right now.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
didn't work.
I go faster.
It looks like you damaged it.
You can just do that.
Mega Man.
Come on.
There, that's how you do it.
No,
There, that's how it's
I didn't do
done.
it properly
Nice.
though. I only hit him a little bit. Nah, messed it up there too. I forget how to do it properly.
Lay a bunch of mines and then jump out of the way.
Yep. Got a little bit there.
It might be harder. I think it's harder on hard mode because the bosses are quicker.
Oh, are they?
I want to say that. I don't know for sure, but I want to say that.
Because they seem like normal.
Okay, I might be mistaken. I don't know.
I might just be making stuff up. Oops, I didn't even mean to roll there, but look at that. I can get it.
Yeah, it's odd. I feel like you were able to do it extremely easily last time.
Yeah. Oh. Maybe I have to put it in the corner.
I'm pretty sure I remember
I forget.
Yeah. I want to say you're supposed to roll out of the way. I don't know how that would make it easier to hit him, but I remember you having to roll out of the way. Okay, that worked.
Just because he just slides after you. Oh, oops. Alright.
Or super generous.
Alright, come on. Go in the middle. There.
There we go.
I'm not picking up any Reaverbot signals anywhere. It looks like you got it.
Alright. Oh, that sounds right. Using the door. I think that's what it was.
Okay.
Well, either way, we got him, so he's old news.
Indeed, yes. Good job.
Yeah, I know, if only we had blue metal here. Walk back? Nah, I'm okay. I'm good. Well, if that's how blue metal did it. Get the vacuum arm. Yeah. Well, I got everything here, didn't I? I don't think I missed anything. God. Hold on, I can't do that anymore now. I can't. I checked like every hole, so especially since I filled out the map. So.
Okay, well. Completed ruin then.
Parts are around the island. Yeah. Ah, get out of here. Can you see where they are? Oh yeah. Yeah, broken motor. That's for the. Oh. That's for the thing.
You must be getting hungry, Mega Man. I made
Oh, here we go. The famous apricot pie line. I could talk on and on about that little point there. You see so few moments in this game where, and I mean, I guess that's kind of attributed to the fact that it's a pretty short game. But, you know, it's not often that Ro will talk to you, you know, on your, whatever she's using to talk to you. But,
walkie-talkie.
Okay, walkie-talkie, we'll call it that. But it's not often that she'll talk to you about those little, like, personal things in this game. When she does, I think. Kind of establishes that like, family relationship between herself and Rock. We have a Bond scene here, so I'm going to stop talking.
Here, he's out there digging up all sorts of stuff.
Calm down, Teasel. You're going to burst. He won't lead us to the treasure. No one will, as long as that big door is still locked. All we have to do is make sure we get rid of him before then. Right? So what if he digs up a few scraps here and there? He can keep that garbage. All we're after is whatever's behind the main gate. Right, Teasel?
You know, you're absolutely right. Then that will be our new plan. We'll wait for him to open the main gate. We'll let him keep whatever he finds until then. He'll see. It'll be the Bonds who have the last laugh in this game.
That's right!
I like how Bond's just static over there.
Yeah. He's had a hard day.
That's another scene, though. If you look into the script of this game, you'll see there are some Servbot lines that are really quiet. And you can hardly hear them, but they're hilarious all the same. It just says Tron Zero Amnesty. That's all.
Would have been too difficult to translate.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of how much Dash wants a fuchsia mug to print Tron's mug onto.
Me too.
And there's some difficulty in getting a mug that's that exact color.
Okay,
Yeah, who'd have thunk it? I wouldn't think Fuchsia would be that hard to get a hold of, but
Okay, I'm all done here
I guess
too.
it's one of those
I'm
colors
gonna fire
that,
up the engine, Mega Man. You grab that blue lever there.
Gotcha.
what do you want to say? It's losing its popularity over the ages.
This one, right?
Yep, on my mark.
Ready.
Sail switch on. Refractor rotation speed increasing. Engine field generation at 80%. Safety lock check. Initiating countdown. 3, 2, 1. Mega Man, now!
Here goes.
Metastatic field operational. Pair production active. Come on, fly.
We're flying.
You know, words rapidly initiating countdown.
You didn't roll. We're flying. We're flying.
Well, I still have a lot of work left, but we should be able to get around the island at least. And you'll be able to reach that cave now, too. Let me know when you want to start a dig at the cave, and I'll take you there anytime.
Can we talk about these voice actors again for another moment? I feel like that's a topic that can never be exhausted when it comes to this game. Man, you know, there are some voice actors in this that I just feel never hit, and this might be my bias talking, my childhood talking even, but I just feel like they never hit a bad note. Feels like whatever they say is totally in accord with the moment. You know, it totally fits with the moment that you're facing at that time. It just never feels unnatural, if you know what I mean. It just always feels like what they say and how they say it is perfectly natural, with like no in it at all. And Roll's voice actor in particular, I have my gripes with Roll as a character, particularly in Mega Man in Legends 2. But her voice actor, you know, Tracy Ryan, I feel like she just never hits a bad note. You know, she just has that, like, everything she says is totally natural and totally fits with the situation that's, Yeah, I mean, the non-syncing lip flaps are, you know, that is something you definitely notice. But I'm talking mainly about the voices themselves. Yeah, I mean, in that respect, you know, just as far as the raw voices are concerned, I feel like that was just handled almost flawlessly. I mean, obviously the lip flap can use some work, but I'm not talking about that so much, honestly. The sticker on the fridge. I thought I did see that.
Oh, is there? Oh, yeah. The reason why it took so long to get on the PlayStation Network.
I wonder if that's on the PSP version. The Japanese PSP versions of this game, they removed the Aeronomen C logo from the vending machines, but I wonder if it's on there.
It's a sneaky stealth reference. Man, this cactus. This is pretty rough looking cactus. I'm just realizing this right now.
Is this the game where it has that line of dialogue that says this is like Data talks to it, or was that only Legends 2? Yeah.
It says it makes a good conversation partner.
Let me talk about that for a second. I remember seeing a pretty hilarious piece of fan art that depicted Data talking to that cactus, and oh my gosh, it was perfect. That's something else though that just made me fall into pieces as a kid. You know, thinking that Data, this quirky little monkey, you know, like this cactus was the only thing that could genuinely understand him as a friend. It's a bit sad when you think about it. It's sad and hilarious at the same time. Hilarious because Data's talking to a freaking cactus, an inanimate object that can't communicate with him. But it's also a bit sad because, you know, Data can't talk to anyone else. I mean, no one can really understand Data. See, in Legends 2, you get the impression that they kind of can understand Data, especially at the end of that game where, you know, you have it feels like he's communicating with them, telling them how to like build a rocket and stuff. But yeah, in this game, I thought it was pretty much established that they can't really, no one can really understand what Data is saying. So, I mean, like mind warping is that? That a bit that Data has to talk with this cactus because no one else can understand him and relate to him.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm overthinking it. I don't know.
Maybe a little bit.
People present company excluded. I know shady rounds, but that theory has been tossed around that they're just yelling at Data even though they can't understand him. I mean, on one hand, they never quite respond to anything Data's saying. They kind of just tell him to stay out of it, and that could apply, I think, either to words or just screeching. So, but I don't know. I think it's up to interpretation. What a lot of people will say, that they're just snapping at him because he's making incoherent noises. And I don't know where to stand on that issue myself. Data for me, I find that the less I think about him, the better state my brain is in.
Yeah. Oh, hey, look, it's my favorite part of the game.
Oh my gosh, this is perfect.
Something's missing. What do you think I should add?
Look, it's first. They want you to pick this. They want you to. I was gonna go down, because usually, like, the jerk answer is always the second thing, but no. In this game,
Well, I've had to...
they want you to say this.
If you guys can believe this or not, I've had to commission a lot of art pieces over the years for Get Me Off the Moon activities. I've only made use of this joke once, when I was commissioning art.
It's like a really, like, well done, like, version of that, like, little scene right there.
Which was actually made by Bonus Level, the same person who made our 20th Anniversary Legends art, if you guys have seen that.
Yeah. Oh, is a little hospital girl here? Or is that later? Oh, there she is.
Yeah.
Are you from
Oh boy, this scene too. It's just, man, great stuff.
I wish I could go places too. But just you wait and see. Once my leg gets better, I'm gonna go all over. The nurse tells me that if I keep working hard with the rehabilitation, my leg will get better in no time. Why don't you come over to my room sometime and tell me stories about where you've been? It's so boring just staying in my room by myself all day.
Good old Ira. One of the fan fictions that's not necessarily being made for our contest, but which has actually been in progress for a long time. It features Ira in the story, and this is like years later after the plot of Legends 1, but it has Ira. It features her as a digger. That was a really neat little thing. Because, at the end of the game, providing that you help her out and aren't a total jerk, like ignoring her or something, at the end of the game she'll say that, she hopes to become a digger herself one day. So I thought it was really a nice little touch that this one fanfiction writer decided to put her in the story. Digger. Not a very successful one, but, someone who's just kind of getting started on her career. Boy, Beast Hunter.
Yep, here we go.
I'm very interested to see your strategy here.
It changes. I probably have to do a couple warm-ups before I can really get it, but...
My strategy for this game, a funny story about this, too. Okay, you're employing the same strategy that I've only known for the past, 20 years. Okay, so funny story here. When I first got started on this game, I didn't even know you can move. I didn't know you can move until, 20 years later.
Well, it doesn't make too much sense to move.
Yeah, I mean, you see, with a lot of success, even when you're just standing still. And I found like I could rack in Zenny a trip by just that strategy alone. So, you know, and the, like, in order to get, like, rank A or whatever the top rank is in this game, you don't have to move. You know, the strategy of just standing still and just, you know, letting off on everything in sight, it's a perfectly successful strategy if you can aim properly, which I could. But yeah, you know, I never knew until, man, decades later that you can actually move in this game. Round is saying here, the trick is to 1. Kick straight shots, 2. Kick spare balls away when blank opening, so the bonus dogs appear more. 3. Kick balls that are coming in at an angle when the dog is starting to turn around, so you get another hit on them. Well, that's nice if you can get used to that.
I'm trying. It's not working. Hold on. Let me do it again.
Felt like this game is rigged in such a way to where even if you aren't throwing away any balls in the blank spots, score, even if you're just standing still. That's what I remember doing, like the guy.
Aha, got him.
Nice. Yeah, you know, personally, I have never thrown any of the balls away, and I've still been able to get the top score in this game. Or at least, you know, enough to get rank A. So, yeah, I feel like this game is really easy for beginners to figure out.
Max
the
rank
Z
already.
saber.
That was quick. Yeah, we'll do it a couple more times.
Yeah.
Just for fun.
Yeah, you know, this, I recall, it was my main farming, you know, Zenny farming method in hard mode, because, I mean, you can't go farm the nests anymore. It's just not productive because they're so hard to destroy. But in this game, you know, it's pretty simple once you get the hang of it. You don't really have to do a whole lot, and again, I think it's a perfectly productive strategy to just like stand still. So yeah, it's pretty, you know, self-explanatory and simple. Oh, 4,000, man! I don't recall getting that much.
No.
Shady Rounds is saying there's an elite strategy where, from the beginning, you take a side step to the right, hold circle, and kick all of them at an angle. Being able to reach the dog on any side. Bad aim leads to a lot of kicking the guy, though. Oh, dang.
Well, I got it.
Yeah, you know, I'd like to see an elite run of that, of this minigame. I haven't seen I mean, I mentioned how I became aware that you could move in this game years later, but I haven't done enough researching to where I really observed any elite strategies, so...
Damn it. No!
Oh.
Run. Oh, ooh, got him.
Hey.
Ooh, I might save this. Nah.
Oh, you missed. Oh, you missed again. Dang.
I hit him too many times.
Yeah, Shady Rounds. Gilliam was telling me about Gilliam/Twitch. I don't know why he has two names.
He has multiple
he was telling me about... What was that?
Nothing.
I mean, you have a million things to tell, Josh. You weren't really one to be talking.
What can I say?
Yeah, but he was telling me about that, Shady. And man, I was extremely intrigued by that notion. Man, best of luck to you in that endeavor. I mean, I know I'll love to play that when it's finally finished. Oh, but man, he's the guy. If you want to talk, Legends or even Mega Man trivia, he's the guy to be talking to. I think he got a good guy on the job. If you're trying something like that. Yeah, I know the only question in the entirety of the quiz relating to the Legends verse is what's the name of Tron's brother? Oh man, it's insane. Gosh, do you remember that little game we did?
Yeah, we did.
It was right actually when you were... I didn't catch that. But Josh, do you remember that little game we did back when you were when we first brought you on as the live stream guy for this channel? We did a Mega Man Legends 2 quiz, where the 100 question quiz, where we brought a number of chatters on board and we gave them like prizes for how many were able to get the questions right.
Yeah. I remember.
I'd like to do something like that again if this project of Shady's is ever completed. A neat thing to do, because I think I know I had a lot of fun supervising that contest, and from what I could tell, our participants really liked it as well. And I think that'd be cool to do again.
I always like the smug face on these balloons.
Yeah. They're great, and I think it's all supposed to help you feel good about shooting them.
Yeah. Yeah, this does give you pretty decent zenny doing these mini games.
Yeah, man, you have some guts though. I would not be playing this game if I wanted to farm zenny.
Why? It's not that bad.
I mean, it is though.
Oh. Well, it wasn't that bad.
I mean, it's just like there are so many blue. Once you get further into the game, there are just so many blue balls or blue balloons around, and I feel like you just need a really ridiculously high rapid to successfully in here. And then you have the range, and the balls are all over the place, and it's just you can't. I feel like there's no consistent method you can employ to farm zenny here consistently.
Oh, we gotta complete it anyway, so.
Well, fair enough.
Okay. Nope. No, come on. It's not even fair. The blue one's got in the way. Okay, yeah. I think I need to switch up my gun. Hold on. Yeah, I should do it.
Okay, I was gonna ask about that, Shady Rounds. Whether you could rack up, like, ridiculously high amounts of zenny in that Beast Hunter game if you're good enough at it. I don't remember racking in more than, like... Josh, how much did you get for beating rank A there?
4,000.
Yeah, right. I don't seem to recall getting any more than 4,000 in that game. But again, I wasn't moving around or anything to get the most out of that game, I guess. So, tell me, in your experience, Shady, what has been the highest amount of zenny you've been able to rack up in that game? And what are you aware of the score associated with that amount of zenny? Curious about this.
You get 7,000 scores.
7,000, holy crap. Gosh, that's insane. And is that the top, or can it go higher? Gosh, that's insane. And I can get... Wait. Yeah, Shady's saying here, and I can get scores of 36. I want to say if you get 5-digit scores. Wow. Man, 5... That's like... Man. That would be good, Zenny. You can do that consistently, though. See, that's a big part of farming. You have to have a method that's consistent, and you know where you aren't just like shooting in the dark for the majority of the time.
It's always the trick.
Oh, was art in there?
Huh?
Artillery. Yeah, planned rival of Mega Man Volnit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
caught a
got
glimpse
it
of him back there.
On the right or whatever.
Yeah, the cool guy. The cool guy.
Yeah. Eh. Schematic. Man, you get that really early.
Yeah. I mean, well, we're pretty far in the game now, I think.
Yeah, I suppose. So how many do we have now? Four. We have 4, really? Oh, I don't have enough money. Man, I don't have enough money to do anything. Jeez.
Time to rob a bank.
Yeah, I guess so. I'm a bad guy, gotta do it.
Shoutouts, by the way, to the Dark Mega Man Volnut figure we're offering for our Resolve the Cliffhanger contest.
The hospitals are on high alert. Well, we got some Zenny now. Let's go ahead and go over here real quick.
Downtown Subsidy is, I think, very reliable in farming Zenny. So.
Can you smell with the rock?
Yeah. Come on. Come on. Ugh.
Another fun thing you can do in this game, if you know, like, if you're really determined to find everything, which is difficult, very difficult, but if you are really determined to find everything in this game, another fun thing to do is, like, go around the city and try to find all 40 serve bots that are hiding in the different places. It's crazy. I remember Kobu number 20 back in the day. We made a blog post about this on the Reploid Research Laboratory. And, yeah, he was covering, like, the different places you could find those serve bots. And I think this was also addressed in a GameFAQs FAQ at some other point. But, yeah, it's crazy to, you know, some of the places where you'll find those serve bots are like, just so out of the way and crazy that, you know, you'd never think of looking for them in those spots. But it's really, I feel like it is really rewarding when you do find them, because they always have the most, like, the most hilarious dialogue. And that goes for a lot of, I guess, NPCs in this game. But, you know, there's just a certain kind of out of communicating with the serve bots, you know, unlocking all those little bits of dialogue from them.
Well, I was going to talk about, like, one of the most underrated parts of this game, but they haven't started it yet. I like it how
what's-
when you like go to repair buildings, like they actually like repair over time instead of just like
Yeah.
there they go. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good point, right?
Alright, it may seem like I'm lost, but I'm just kind of running around making sure I got like everything that I can get right now. Feel like
Yeah, this
I'm
is
missing
kinda-
something.
This is kind of where it helps to have the buildings destroyed, so that you can see all the trash cans around.
Yeah. No, I already did all the trash can stuff. I believe I did.
No, you never are quite sure whether you got all the trash cans, or at least getting all the trash cans in these cities is, I swear to God, one of the hardest things for me to do in a 100% run. Because, I mean, I just feel like these things are hidden around every corner, and I can never quite get down exactly where all of them are. That may just be me, though, I don't know.
I think there's only 2 parts here, and I'm pretty sure I got them both.
Ho, Fluga! Hey, hey, nice to have you on board. In case you can't tell, we are playing... What else?
Want to spoil the location? I
Very,
mean,
very.
I can't really get spoiled by this game, but sure, man.
We're playing a really, really clever stage in Mega Maker.
The Mega Maker stage, find the stuff in the right trash can. Yeah,
On a
so
spoiler
pretty
location? Location, Josh?
Uptown near house. Oh yeah, I haven't done Uptown yet, so let's do that. In a box in a market. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna need you guys to help me check my checklist that I'm not really checking off, but you know, doing 100%. So.
Yep. Gotta check out every nook and cranny.
Yep.
Yeah, Fluga, we're playing Mega Maker. Didn't you see the latest update that made for this game, or made for Mega Maker?
Actually, we're playing Mario 64.
Yeah, okay. If you want to be extremely specific, we're playing a Mario 64 adaptation of, how do I put this? Like Mario 64 mod of Mega Man Legends that's in Mega Maker.
Yep.
Want to figure that out, then you can work out specifics on your own. I don't want to make a diagram, honestly.
So any other?
Oh, but yeah, that's something that I think is worth mentioning. Mega Maker got an update. I think just yesterday, actually, version 1.3 that integrates, I think, Mega Man 4 bosses and stages, at least to a certain degree.
Yeah, it did go up. I totally forgot about it. He was just like, oh, hey, here's the update. I'm not going to tell you what's in it. Oh, yeah, there we go. Now they're starting to build up. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he was like, yeah, I'm going to update it. Not going to tell you what's in it, though. Just the video does it better. I'm like, well, I'm at work, so I can't see the video. So I kind of forgot about it because I don't even remember what's in it. Oh, yeah, Apple Market, right.
Mind if I ask you guys a question? Depends on what it is, I guess. But
Only one.
I like to think that we're receptive to most questions around here.
Oh, Proto Man and Base.
Oh yeah, Proto Man and Base are playable. I forgot about that. Yeah, that's the highlight of it, in my opinion.
That's cool.
It is neat, yeah. Oh, and you can't. It's not even just a thing where you can pick your character and go with that character throughout the entire stage. There you can actually pick up items in the game, in stages, where you can like switch to the characters as soon as you pick up those items in the stage. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I just remembered if the lid doesn't fly off, there's something in it. So
That's
I
right.
Remember that.
Kicking the trash cans though, it does lower your brightness a bit, unfortunately.
What?
Yeah, it does.
What do you mean lowers the brightness?
Well, I mean, it makes you darker.
Oh, you mean it makes me a bad guy?
Yeah, it does. It does have a bit of an impact on you for some reason. I guess.
That's weird.
I guess it's not exactly a very respectable thing to go around kicking trash cans for some
I
reason.
guess not. I mean, I'm not kicking them over. I'm just kicking them.
Yeah,
Man,
well,
it takes 3 parts.
I mean, I guess there's something to be said for the racket you're making around town.
Yeah, I guess. Okay. Okay. I totally forgot it takes 3 whole things to make the vacuum arm.
Amnesty, feel free to ask us anything you want about Legends 1. I mean, it's our pleasure, honestly, to talk about this game. Or mine's, anyway. I mean, gosh.
Yeah,
I have so much to say. So much to say about this game and the series itself.
Okay. Guess we can get going to the next segment here.
Oh, there it goes.
Oop, there it is.
Would we be interested in playing Mega Man Legends 1 randomized? Exactly. I mean, is there a randomized version of Legends available?
Yeah, like the Zelda one.
Yeah. Yeah. Right, Gillian was telling me about that too, Shady Rounds. I was under the impression that it was something like, correct me if I'm wrong, but it was something like The Legend of Zelda's Master Mode.
Up and away!
Now, I have to wonder about the motivations, like the Casket's motivations for wanting to check out these ruins and potentially uncover something dangerous. Like, you know, I've been thinking about this for a long time, but it's like, you know, early in the game, you had the mayor telling Mega Man, Roll, and Gramps about the potential dangers that lie in wait in these ruins, and you know, I've always found it funny that they're just like, okay, thanks for telling us. Bye, we're going to explore it anyway.
Yep, see ya.
Maybe someone else has a better answer to that. Like, I don't know, maybe you can make the argument that they're checking it out to, like, protect it or prevent anyone else from, like, uncovering it and doing something dangerous with it. But that's always struck me as kind of funny, honestly.
Are you okay? Can you see a door somewhere?
This is the scariest ruin here.
I can't get any readings of that room, Mega Man. My monitor.
I don't know, I personally lean more toward the Lake Jiun ruins.
Let me know what you see.
It's the music in this one. That makes it worse for me.
It's my guess the power's out in that room. Can you see a switch anywhere?
I don't see any switches, but there's some writing here.
I think it's the mother load. Oh, that's...
It says,
yeah, that's something, I guess.
Operations Room 2. Emergency system activation requires direct password input from Eden, or the insertion of 3 level 2, or higher prototype Anthro unit ID cards.
What's a prototype Anthro unit? I've never heard of that before. Well, whatever that is, you need 3 ID cards, right? If we're lucky, you'll be able to find them inside there.
Whoa, boy.
I love those guys. Oh my god, you never switched out that.
I forgot.
It's a good thing you remembered that, because that would have been a problem.
I don't like this room. Ooh. No. Yes.
And how many of those things are there in this room? Like 3 of them? Oh dear.
3, yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, hey, how you doing?
Josh, what's your favorite Reaver bot?
I don't know.
Okay, Chatters, what are your favorite Reaver bots?
Not these guys. These guys are mean, so I don't like them.
I have a favorite Reaver bot, and it was actually one that I voted to show up in, you know, back in the dev room days. The developers hosted a contest to decide on which Reaver bots should appear in Legends 3. One of the Reaver bots, the one that I wanted to show up the most,
The one in here.
was,
Where
ow,
is he?
nothing in here, but,
No, he's in here.
but the one,
Yeah, that guy, right?
oh, no, I mean, that's what everyone wanted to show up, but it wasn't the one that I voted for. Oh, yeah, but that was, in fact, the top voted, just on that note, this was the top voted enemy to reappear as a Reaver bot in Legends 3. 3 came out, he would have definitely showed up again. But what I was going to say, the one that I wanted to show up was, okay, you remember on the Calbania Island in Legends 2, there's that red Reaver bot that, you know, kind of just flails its arms around and just... You find it first in this big open plain where you're chasing Appo and Daw. There are these 2 Reaver bots that are just, like, flailing their arms around and just running all over this one big open plain. Do you know which one I'm talking about there? Okay, well, I think our Shatters may know, but that was the one that really stood out in my mind. And, like, from the moment I encountered that in Legends 2, I just thought it was so cool. And it wasn't only cool looking, but it was fun to fight as well.
Find something, Mega?
You know, I mean,
I think I found my D-card.
on this big open plain, fighting it, and it's like that's like the only Reaver bot that appears in that one open plain. So it's like right off the bat, it kind of like sticks in your mind. And you know, I just love what it does. I think it's really fun to fight. It just has a cool thing going for it, I think. The invisible shirks are shady rounds. Yeah, I can get that one too.
There you go.
Shield Reaver bots are Zero Amnesty's favorite. bots, what is that? Let me check that out. Oh, are you talking about the boss in the Sulcata ruins? Oh, the one that sticks its head out from the wall and like completely makes you want to like almost gives you a heart attack. Oh, that was a really memorable one too. I'm telling you, the developers in this game took such great measures to really immerse you in this world. And, oh man, I remember Greg brought up, when we were interviewing Gregaman, he brought up that the one dinosaur bot in the Sulcata ruins and mentioned that one moment where just kind of bashes its head through the wall while you're going through the ruin, or one of the hallways anyway. Oh man, that's a really memorable Reaper bot too, I think.
It's two.
Salt Kata becomes Salt Kata near the end. Giant one? Okay, Fluga. Which one are you talking about here? Like,
That looks like the generator.
the one I'm thinking about is
for.
giant, that's for sure.
Can you get it to work? All right! You should be able to get the elevator to work now.
Oh no, I gotta get up there.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this ruin, Josh?
It's scary.
I say, besides the fact that it's scary.
Alright. I gotta remember the whole thing. Gotta get through everything. I remember it has the, where is it? Oh, is it right here? Oh yeah, right here, where you can go through the outside dungeon thing, the overworld one. And I don't like this door because it tricks me, because then all the enemies come back. And... oh yeah, I can use this, right? No,
Oh yeah,
the
that
drill
needs
for
a drill.
one. Okay.
Oops.
Right. Ancient book.
Being stuck down the elevator without elevator power is a neat bit of anxiety.
Yeah, all those words. Yeah,
Okay, yeah, we're talking about the same one. Yeah, that one, man. He could be, let's say that much.
why am I not hitting him?
Yeah. Zero Amnesty saying, I like how this ruin foreshadows the future events with the control panel room. Right, yeah. I mean, like, the game becomes all about control panels later on, so that's a good point.
It's a control panel kind of game.
Well, later on it is, anyway.
I got that outline now. I need to get this. Nope, get it.
Yeah, the painting in the Uptown Museum, too. Funny thing about... or wait. I'm thinking of another painting. There's another piece of concept art, well, there is a piece of concept art in the museum, which is, just like an early concept of the Apple Market. But yeah, the painting in the Uptown Museum is, it's, foreboding, to say the least. Yeah, that's another point Shady Rounds is saying here. Also, dislike how this ruin, if you beat it with adequate arms for the ruin, but inadequate arms for the Sky Battle, then you're stuck slowly grinding Zenny off Shirks in first room. Yeah, oh man, I remember that. Especially as a kid, where, you know, that fight, I mean, let's face it, that fight's hard when you're a kid. You have essentially three boss fights, one after the other. You have the drops coming in first, and that I've always found pretty difficult, especially if you don't take them out quickly at the beginning. You have the Gesellschaft, then you have the Fokker Wolf. And, you know, it's just a lot coming at you all at one time. Or, well, I guess it's not, like, you have a lot coming at you one after another. And it's a lot to prepare for.
Yeah, this game... this game loves its boss rushes, to say the least. But I mean, like, you know, it's a Mega Man game, so... it's a Mega Man game without a boss rush, right? There you go. Yeah, go to the room made all the guys respawn. Because I went through that one area. Yeah. I saw that coming. Nice. Possible to leave this room. Oh, there he is, my man himself. Okay, so Blue Metal, since you're the master, and you're fighting the Dorito King, how do you hit him with the mines? You, like, do the thing where you're at the, like, the doorway here, right? So I was trying to do it earlier today. I kind of goofed it. There we go.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now.
Hey, there we go. Sorry about that, folks. Oh, Blue Metal, nice to have you on board.
Yeah, the Dorito King. Okay. Nani? This room is now 100% completed.
Hey, nice.
Is this the dungeon where you have to blow the one hole in the roof, or am I thinking the next one?
Yeah, this is the one.
Okay, I thought it was this one. I'm just trying to remember what that is.
Right. And you can't do that with the Power Buster.
Yeah. Let me go and get that.
Yeah, which I think gives a lot of validity to the claim that's often made that the Power Buster is a pretty good weapon to have, you know, throughout your whole adventure.
Yeah. Let's go to the R&D room that's all nasty looking.
Did you take care of the 3 Wolf Reaver bots?
No, not yet.
Ah, nice. I never want to miss that. That's like one of my favorite fights in this game. Again, I like boss fights where you can just like run around in this one big open area, and just move around and take out the boss, in a really strategic manner. Yeah, it's really I love that fight because you have all these bosses coming at you from like different points, and you have to strategically maneuver around them. And in the end, it's like a big game of trying to angle yourself just right. And I mean, I guess one thing you could do is just circle strafe like the whole diameter of the room, but I've always thought it was a really fun fight because again, I feel like you just have to maneuver yourself really cleverly, and it's a bit of a challenge, I think.
Yeah. Oh no, I know the Machine Buster can do it. When we did our special weapons only, that's how I took care of that guy.
Good show.
Yeah. Alright. I think I need to find one more thingy, and then...
Yeah, we're not using doorway cheese to get through that fight. That's just cheap.
But I love cheese. I've always liked the look of the Powered Buster. It's just
it's a unique look, certainly, because it's the only weapon. For one thing, it's the only weapon in this game that's not blue.
Yeah.
So it's like the only thing that doesn't clash, or well, it's the only thing that does clash with Mega Man's overall blue aesthetic. And in that respect, it's kind of an oddball. Even the way it functions is kind of out of the ordinary too.
I only have 2 for rapid? I thought I had more. Oh boy. Ah.
Yeah, it's a good point. And then Mega Man Legends 2 made almost every special weapon not blue. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I have to wonder about the aesthetic that Mega Man Legends 2 was going for. I mean, for one thing, you have that thing with the special weapons and how they're usually all different colors. Then you have the backpack, Mega Man's orange backpack that kind of clashes with, again, with that blue aesthetic. You know, so I mean, stuff like that, it makes me kind of question what look they were going for in Legends 2 sometimes.
Any look they wanted.
I mean, I guess so. This might just be me too, but I feel like 2, the Reaver bots are even more outlandish. Like they seem like even somehow they seem even weirder than Legends 1. Oh, like I'm thinking of you had that weird like dancing Reaver bot that would pick up your Zenny.
Huh?
Testing, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
It was weird.
Yeah.
But like okay, when did I cut out?
You're talking about the Reaver bot that dances and takes your Zenny.
Okay, yeah, you remember that one?
No. You need to go through Legends again. Or Legends 2 again. Last time I played it was when we were doing the all of them like stream. I was like really tired.
Oh, yeah, I felt bad for you a bit there, by the way.
It's alright.
Got through it like a champ.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll have to do that again
I mean,
next.
yeah, that's gonna be fun. But like Legends 2, I feel like with the Reaver bots even, they didn't quite know what look they were going for. You know, you had that one dancing Reaver bot, then you had like the mummy one that would kind of just like assume a human appearance at the beginning and then transform later on. And others as well. Yeah, it's just really freaky designs. I think even more freaky than Legends 1. And freaky for the pure fact that they're so inconsistent and all over the place, if you know what I mean. Oh, Legends 2 is a great game, though. I mean, I'm not gonna dock points because it's a bit inconsistent and all over the place at times.
And I am a little lost right now. I'm trying to remember what doors I haven't gone through yet. Let's see.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's... Ooh,
That was a really good
that's how
map.
you leave. That's the big generator room. I don't really need anything in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to find that room with the hole in the ceiling.
Yeah, it's
I remember that being like one of the first things you do. That's why I'm so confused.
on the block from here, like on the other side of that big. Yeah. Wait, am I wrong? I'm. Okay, never mind. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know either.
There. I think okay, I think it's certainly a room in this big corridor here.
It's not that way. I don't know why I'm so lost right now.
I remember this happening to me as well.
No, that's the way I came in, isn't it? What am I looking for? My sanity. Yeah, that's the way I came in.
Yeah, we're looking for that one room with the spider Reaver bots, and
Yeah.
you know, that wall you have to break a hole in.
I know, it's like the last room I need to be in, and I can't remember where it is. What do
Yeah,
I
it's
hear?
the room with the fake ceiling.
The center doors?
No, the center door is in which room?
Not this
Yeah,
one.
try that one.
The two doors surrounding the shield guy. What do you mean you think? You're the master of this game. How can you think about this game? You should know.
The one thing about speedrunning, it's a lot of muscle memory. You know, it's like when you play it, you know, you instinctively know where you're going, and
Oh, there
you know
it
it's so.
is.
Oh, you
Okay.
found it. There we go. But I'm not sure. Maybe I'm speaking for Metal here. I don't know. But what I've noticed with speedrunning is that whatever you do is so instinctively based that you can't describe it to somebody if you want to try.
Okay, I don't know why it took me so long. Sorry for that.
There are a lot of rooms in here. It's understandable.
I was like, I know I need to go in here. I just couldn't remember where it was. No, get back down. Wow, that do it from all the way over there?
Nice. Yeah, Gilliam/Twitch was telling me something funny about the Powered Buster. Apparently, at max range, the Power Buster goes so far that enemies don't even render at the maximum range it can extend to. Yeah, believe it or not, that is the case.
That's funny.
It can fire even farther than enemies render. That's just crazy.
Man, this is a lot of health.
There we go.
Mega Man, I'm seeing something funny on my
Hey,
monitor.
quit it!
Oh
It
boy.
looks like
That
there's
is
a back
revenge hit.
wall or something. There's probably a secret room in there.
Yeah, there probably is a secret room in here, now that I think about it. You throw it straight up from the door and it works? Oh, okay. It's got a funky... Oh, yeah, here we go.
Yeah.
Mega Man, have you
I
ever
forgot.
Okay, we're not
wondered
staying in this
where
elevator,
they came
for
from?
one thing.
Okay, I wasn't planning on it.
Who made them and why?
Well,
You know,
we're getting the
go
full
around
experience
doing
here.
all over the place, but is it right? It's almost like stealing. Mega Man, I'm picking up
Whoa.
3 Reaver bots close by. Watch out!
She struts aloud.
Oh, man, yeah, I remember this part scaring me as a kid, too. 'Cause, again, it's just something so intimidating. Legends 1, I feel, really plays on that intimidation element.
This whole ruin is scary.
Yeah.
It's got the creepiest music. I don't know, I hate it. I still kind of hate it. I hate it. It's just scary.
You can appreciate it, though, definitely, for that value.
Nice. I went in. Nah, not that time.
Nice. Ooh,
Oh,
nice shot.
Toppled him. I'm playing Monster Hunter now. I'm gonna get those cards after this. Oops, 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 oops. Okay. Lost sight of that one for a second. And the red one's down. Definitely gonna collect all of that.
Definitely get that stuff. Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm the greatest. Woo! Never mind. I was the greatest player for a second. Toppled. I want to try to kill them in order right now. Let's see. I'm a perfectionist. No.
Ooh.
And dead.
There we go. Hey,
I'm not
hey.
picking up any more Reaver bot signals. I think it's safe.
I know this room, when I got to here, like, this is the part where I had to stop as a kid for a while, because, I don't know, this room just scares me so much. You got them dogs, you got this music that's still, like, you can sneak this in Resident Evil and nobody would even think any differently, like, I know I've said that with, like, the other music, but this one especially. It's like, put this in another scary game.
And in fact, the people who worked on the ruins in this game, they were a lot of the same people that were working on Resident Evil at the time.
Let's see, there you go. They got mixed signals. They're like, oh, well, I actually made this segment for Resident Evil, but I think we can retool it here.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's still scary to me. It's always the weirdest thing about this game.
Yeah, I know. It plays with your mind almost, with how many different you know, atmospheres it has going on, or at least, well, not so much I guess that there are so many of them, but they're so drastically different. You know, again, and we've talked about this a lot before, but you have the bright cartoony overworld, which, you know, is just something straight out of a Saturday morning cartoon. Then you have here the underground, which is dark, scary. It has monsters that are like the products of your worst nightmares. You know, dark music, just really drab scenery. It's crazy, really, when you think about it. That you know, that like Capcom thought a kid could handle this.
Yeah, for real. I don't know. I mean, I guess things are scarier in Japan over there, but I don't know. They love their spooky stuff. But for us little, like, coddled American little kids, and European kids, I'm sure, as well. Nah. I just went in a circle. Man, this dungeon is just, like putting me in a circle. I get so lost here.
But, you know, that scary element wasn't only confined to Legends, though. I think that's kind of important to realize. I mean, this was something that you also saw in Ocarina of Time as well. And Majora's Mask, even, I would say. A lot of games around that time kind of played with that element, I think.
Especially Ocarina of Time with that one dude.
Yeah, the Re-Dead.
No, oh yeah, them too. But that one boss that's in that in the well.
Oh yeah, the Re-Dead boss, right? That guy.
The white boss with the hands. I remember I fought that guy for like the first time, like probably like 5 years ago or so.
Oh god!
And it still scared me. I was like, oh, what is this? Like that was like into like the in the middle of, like the Wii area probably, maybe near the end. But like so a little more than 5 years ago. That was a long time ago actually. Now that I think about it, but yeah, Dead Hand, yeah, that guy, yeah.
Hardcore, I guess.
We got a big boy cutscene here.
Oh yeah, and then let's. What about the giant Sulcata Reaver bots? Oh man, that thing was also pretty intimidating, to say the least.
Yeah, I don't know. This game has I don't know. I guess stuff in the '90s had just weird tones.
Yeah, it was great though. I thought, you know,
I like it.
Because it kind of, I don't know, it went outside of, I feel like it just went outside of the normal kid comfort zone. And it was refreshing in that respect, you know? I mean, before this point, I don't really think you had a whole lot of things like that were kind of, introducing a transition between, you know, the kiddie, cartoony atmosphere that kids were so used to, and, like, almost the dark, drab reality that, you know, generally kids have to grow out of eventually, or, you know, like, transition into eventually. You know, real life isn't cartoony. It isn't,
it's a coming-of-age game.
Yeah, so, you know, I think that's also kind of important to realize that it introduces an important transition that a lot of kids eventually have to face in their lives. You know, it's cartoony, and, you know, life is cartoony and kiddie in the beginning. But as you know, as you age, it gets darker and drabber. So you know, I feel like that was also kind of intertwined with the mentality that this game was kind of facing, if you know what I mean. Over, you know, looking into things too much, but I think it's important all the same.
This will help me in the next fight. Yeah.
This game turns kids into men, says Shady Rounds.
Does. I don't know. I think I said this last time too. It's just like the same game that has the Apple Market theme also has the music of the dungeon we were just in. If that's not just a clear contrast, and I don't know what is.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe that element was integrated because Capcom wanted to like freshen things up in the kid environment. But maybe it was also to like make it available to all audiences. You know, I think that could also I think play into things. You know, kind of market a bit for this game.
Wait, what am I doing? Did I? No. No,
yeah, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, yeah, I did do that. Okay. I don't know, I got confused. This dungeon just confuses me because of how much I was scared of it as a kid. It's just like...
Some traumatic elements.
Yeah, it sounds so traumatic. I'm losing my mind and forgetting the order of events of the game. Okay. Alright, yeah, so I got talked about until they were leaving.
Omega Zero, as far as I recall, there aren't any digger tests in very hard mode. Because at that point, you've reached the, you're in a very hard, you're in the, digger tests essentially, ramp up the game's difficulty. And that's kind of the main point of them, I think. So by the time you get to very hard mode, the difficulty is ramped up to the extreme. So at that point, there's no more reason to take the digger's tests. You know? So I don't think there is any... Yeah, okay, so Blue Metal's confirming that right there. Easy and very hard have no tests. Yeah, so that's one thing you can take away from very hard mode and be like, okay, here's one thing I can be less scared by. Okay, here we go. Right into the fray.
Yep. I should be able to handle this.
Why, were you scared of this as a kid, too?
No.
It's the bonds.
No, I love seeing the bonds as a kid. They're funny.
We don't need to keep him around any longer. Time to blow him and then
talk about the bonds all day, but that would probably take the enjoyment away from this wonderful cutscene.
Yeah.
And the iconic song.
Yeah,
3,
the most
2, 1.
iconic song.
fire!
One thing I always found funny about the song, though, if you listen to the actual soundtrack, it goes on for such a long time, but the cutscene is only like, I don't know, like 30 seconds to a minute long. Not near long enough for the whole song to play through. It's disappointing because the song is great from start to finish. So, you know, it's just like, well, I can, like, turn this back. I'm not sure how many people have played Ys. Dark Fact. Yeah, YS. But, like, Dark Fact, the final boss of that game. You're most likely going to defeat him or kill him in, like, 20 seconds, but his actual theme is over, like, a minute long. So, you know, it's unfortunate that it has to be that way, I think. Love that smirk of Teasel's over there. So great.
Don't let him get away. Let's see you escape this time.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy how they were able to have his mouth be transparent right there when he was talking to the side. Because, like, isn't how they talk, they just change the textures, like, really fast?
Yeah, they do. That's right.
So I'm kind of surprised they were able to do that.
Yeah, it's abundantly important, I think, to appreciate those cutscenes for what they are, because not only was it such a clever technique, but you also have to realize that a lot of those textures were only used like once. Yeah. You know, for like 1 second, 1/2 a second.
A couple frames.
Yeah, just like or even just a couple frames. And you know, think about all the effort that must have went into making those textures. That would have only, again, been used for a couple frames. So, you know, I just think it was... Again, it just all comes together. All these pieces come together to make such a perfect picture.
Isn't my attack like really high? Here, hold on.
When Capcom had that thing called Passion. Yeah, that's a word I don't hear a whole lot in this industry. And half health already.
I know.
This is where it gets hard. You have the active buster, that's kind of cool.
Yeah. Figured I'd probably need it.
Whoa, they're right on top of us.
I'm on it, Mega Man. Here we go!
Impossible! They shot down all the Drox! But they bought us enough time to catch up with Blue Boy there! Huh? Where'd they go? They're gone!
Diesel, they're underneath us. They're right below the Gesellschaft.
Underneath? They couldn't have! They must have discovered our weak spot! Battle stations! It looks like they're serious. They want to go out fighting, just like cornered rats! On your toes, everyone!
Oh, that right there is my favorite line.
Rats?
He says that, it's so...
Hey, Mega Man,
Oh,
now
it's so
our
good.
turn. Take out their weak points one by one.
Cutscenes ever.
Ah, come on.
Nice. That's how it's done.
Ah, could've got that better.
Aim for the undersides and the engines on their wings. The armor should be thinner there.
No.
Hurry,
Oh
Oh,
snap,
boy.
let's not...
we can't take much more of
Ah,
them.
crap. Spot, the guy shot down all your ships with his left arm.
That's it! Keep it up! Don't give them any breathing room!
That's it, Mega Man. It's working. Keep it up.
Man, I'm doing like no damage, not like max damage.
Diesel, there's a fire in Block 2. I'm sealing it off.
What? Gunners! What do you think you're doing? Knock them out of the sky!
Oh boy. Not looking good.
Yeah, this is...
One
No,
more step
no,
and
no.
we'll be in trouble.
Oh boy. This
Come
is
on,
bad.
Mega Man.
I can't hit that yet.
Help. She was reliable while she lasted. Yeah, nice delivery. Good show. I don't know how much longer this is gonna last, but hey, gotta go down fighting like a cornered rat you are.
That's my name, don't wear it. No, it's... Nah.
We're going
Ah.
down. Everyone, abandon ship.
They got me.
Oh, it was a good attempt.
I tried.
Good luck.
It's a little hard this way.
Think?
Yeah. Use your Aqua Blaster, put the fires. Alright, hold on. I'll go back in time. Alright, let's try that again. Well, let's see, hold on.
That's a good question, Fluga. Why didn't you use the Active Buster?
I was trying to save it for the last guy.
Oh, yeah. He can be... That was a good point. I mean, didn't you have a Hyper Cartridge, though?
No.
Everyone forgets the Hyper Cartridge.
I know, I've just been trying to buy other stuff.
But, like, I mean, not even just you, Josh. Everyone I see who plays the Legends games, like Let's Plays and stuff like that, everyone forgets the Hyper Cartridge. I don't know what it is.
Mission start!
Let's see. Wish I got more rapid stuff.
Shady Rouse is asking, isn't the Buster unit a laser and a turbocharger good?
Isn't what?
Laser and a turbocharger.
Turbocharger. Laser.
Buster unit.
Oh, blast unit?
Buster unit.
Oh, where is it?
I think we can say with certainty that you don't have it.
I guess not. Ah.
We're taking too many risks. Hurry, Mega Man! We can't take much more.
Oh, that happened.
No. Alright, whatever.
And that happened.
Yeah,
and that happened.
No, take it out. Take it out. It's done for. Here.
Good luck!
Yeah, I'll just special weapon him on that part.
This tip from Blue Metal: if you want to shoot it fast as max rap, okay.
I was trying that. Yeah, well, I had to have rapid. I don't have like any right now, which kind of sucks. I know. Well, I guess I could do some grand grenade shenanigans on him, but
And Active Muster might be more helpful.
yeah. Here, well, let's try one more time here.
Everyone has their own advice for you.
I know. Here. Let's try that again.
Mission start!
What am I at right now? Okay, that's fine for right now.
There goes one. Yeah. Yeah, you know, just use it. It's not going to be hurting anyone except them.
Yeah.
Oh, how did he get away? And how did he... Wait.
Two of them.
I think I missed something.
What the other one
Okay,
do?
well, it's...
There's one more.
Was.
One more somewhere. Where'd he go?
Oh, dear.
Oh, there you are.
You should... Okay, there it is. Yeah.
Okay, there. Okay. Kick them out of the sky. You're right, secret tech. Should have done that. Alright.
Amnesty's advice, as usual, is get good, Mato.
Take out their weak
Yeah.
ones one by one.
Guess I could have done that.
for the undersides and the engines on their wings. The armor should be thinner there. Uh-oh. We're taking too many hits. Sorry, Mega Man. We can't take much more of this.
That's it. Keep it up. Don't give him any breathing room.
That's it, Mega Man. It's working. Keep it up.
Come on, why are you missing?
Oh,
Ah,
that's bad.
this is really bad. Ah,
That's bad too.
I know. These are destroying me.
Come on, Mega Man. Diesel!
Okay,
Fire in block 2! I'm
progress.
Okay.
Okay, that's a bit more progress.
Gunners, what do you think you're doing?
Problem is, you're probably going to go down in 1 or 2
The
hits.
sky.
Direct hits, of course.
Okay.
Okay.
Come on.
Another
Now, if you can just
Don't stop
escape
here.
those
Don't stop here.
things.
No.
fire
No, don't
There-
stop.
okay, you're screwed.
Alright, no, haha, yes.
Oh, nice.
Haha.
Nice. Okay.
I might be
The
okay.
sliver of. Okay, that equates to about a sliver of apricot pie.
What? They're still flying.
Might want to go full out active here.
Where could it be?
Ah,
Mega Man?
Oh, okay, well, you got hit. Roll didn't.
That has to be it.
okay, there.
Nice. Okay, that's a good run.
Mission complete.
Okay. Think we're
You
alright.
still have a bit of, active here. You might be able to use
Yeah.
that on the Fokker Wolf.
Mega Man, if we're not careful, we'll be caught in the explosion. We've got to get out of here.
Right.
You didn't
Good
think
guess,
you
old
could take care
Shaft.
of us that easily, did you? But they still managed to get me. I can't move my arm. It's up to you, Tron. Get him!
Leave it to me, Teasel. He's gone too far this time. No
Yeah,
more
this is the time, I think, where Tron really gets real and realizes that, well, they're... She has to keep her feelings out of it now, if she wants to live. Oh boy.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go?
You better be a bit more active yourself on that front. You're not doing too bad here yet, but I'm not gonna jinx it for you. Okay.
Oh, get out of here.
Okay. $50 Josh loses.
Yeah, this is it.
We're going
Ah,
Oh, snap.
abandoned ship.
Oh, we don't have the $50 to give away.
no. Man, I would have won a lot of money if I did that, though.
Good luck.
Oh well.
Alright, let me see. Maybe if I could just grind a little more attack on the gun or something.
As far as I see things, the only thing you really have to do is get a hyper cartridge, but oh wait, you can't do that because you can't
No, I
exit
can't
the
do that
room.
anymore now.
Darn.
Yep.
You needed in my mind.
Trapped myself here.
Wonder if Roll invented parachutes.
Usually don't get stuck on here, so this is a bit odd for me. So I guess we're just gonna have to get this guy out of here. Mega Man can survive any fall as long as there's not spikes underneath him.
Blue Metal's saying here, it is possible to leave since you can get to the general underground in that set of hallways full of shield guys. I don't remember the exact path, though.
I know that way. I guess
it's all blocked.
True.
Okay, I was going to say that, too.
But I can't.
I was going to
drill
say
them out,
exactly
though.
what shitty... Well, that's the thing, yeah.
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 They probably thought of that.
Yeah. I mean, it would be pretty awkward if you were just down in the Apple Market and you had to go, "Hey, Roll, mind coming down from the flutter and giving me a hand? Giving me a lift?"
Yeah.
Yeah, Fluga, you're not bad for avoiding Shining Laser. You are hardcore. I mean, really, Shining Laser is specifically for people who want to cheese everything.
Ah. Oops. I want to try to upgrade my active buster just like one more time.
Yeah.
I feel like that would help. A little more something.
Everything all right over there, Josh?
Yeah, it's just my roommate. He's probably playing Dragon Ball Fighters or something. The enemies have so much health and hard move.
Yep. I mean, I'm sure it is good, the Omega Zero, but we have the active buster now. We've gone pretty far with it. We might as well take it the whole way.
mean, on the other hand, I gotta upgrade everything, but I think we'll focus on the active buster for right now.
Yeah, and it's likely that even after you've upgraded everything, you'll still be upgrading the active buster, just for how much it costs.
Yeah. Okay, there was 2 stuck in one. That was weird looking.
Yeah, that happens. Happens with the Shotokurusus as well.
Okay.
That's cool. Apparently the Machine Buster lets you move while shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's a benefit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure we abuse that a lot.
Yeah, shady rounds, get on that. That's one of my gripes with the Legend series, is that there's not a whole lot of special weapons that really allow you to move while shooting. And in the Legend series, you know, you kind of always have to be on the move. Especially if your strategy is mostly based around circle strafing.
Yeah.
Now, low percent runs are a thing in Legends, I believe. I want to say that Blue Metal was kind of experimenting with that. Here, I've ran a couple low percent runs a few times for memes. We did consider doing that for this run, but
instead of that, we're doing the literal exact opposite.
Yeah, I don't know. I just thought it would kind of be a bit boring or cumbersome.
Yeah. Everything
Or
costs so
getting the
much.
most out of Legends that we can, but that just seems a bit too far to me. How's the upgrading going?
Just gonna do rapid and more homing, so...
Yeah, special's
I
good.
forgot how much this one costs. Alright, that's fine.
The Shining Laser, you know that, right?
Oh yeah. Wait, it costs more than Shining Laser?
Shining Laser.
It costs more.
It costs more.
Oh man. We're gonna be grinding quite a bit in this game. Alright, well,
No,
anyway,
in fact, I find that the Shining Laser does not take a lot of time to max out unless you're going for max energy. And even then, max energy is only like, I want to say 250,000 max. Whereas with the Active Buster, if you want to max that sucker out, you're going to have to fork over like 999,000. Or something crazy like that.
oh boy. Alright, well, let's try to beat this, because I do got some stuff I gotta do today. So let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
Full 99 Cantina really goes that high? I don't remember it ever going that high.
Yep, it does. Oh, I know that from experience. We were terrible at this game when we were kids.
Mission start!
And yeah, I know there are a lot of methods you could devise to get around the game easier, but the one that we unfortunately adopted was upgrading the energy canteens to as much as 80. Yes, that's what we did. And again, you know, we were terrible at games when we were kids. And by we, I mean mainly my older brother and myself. We were the main Legends players in our family. Yeah, that's how we ended up beating the game with like 80 energy canteens.
Okay, Mega Man, now it's our turn. Take out their weak points one by one.
Okay, progress.
Aim for the underside and the engines on their wings. The armor should be thinner there. That's it, Mega Man. It's working. Keep it up.
Come on, hit it. I can't hit it.
Uh-oh.
These cannons do so much.
Yeah. Fluga asking here, can you all help me out? I'm trying to get my PS3 to my Elgato through a switcher, but no signal. Do I need a cheap splitter?
I'm stealing it all!
What?
I'm unfortunately not
No,
very
you
savvy with technical
are-
stuff like that.
Not the
Yeah, you do need a HDMI splitter thingy.
Sorry, Mega Man. We can't take much more
It's
of it.
stupid how they did that with the PS3. Okay. Got that. This one, I should be able to get it again before. Yeah, there we go. Cool.
Another hit? What kind of firepower are they packing on that little ship?
If I can get hit again instead of roll, that would be good. Oh yeah, I forgot the Vita TV also had that. That was stupid too. Luckily the PS4, it's an option. You can turn it on and off so you don't have to worry about it, but yeah, it's
They're
stupid.
still flying. There must be some place we haven't hit yet. Where could it be? Mega Man, aim for that skull marker. That has to be
Take some
it.
damage, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright,
In the last fight.
a tiny bit of energy.
Yeah, I think I'll make it through this time. A Fokker Wolf run that, well, helps and hurts that he never quite aims for you. He's always kind of aiming for the ship.
Ah,
Oh, just like that.
oh, wow.
And of course, as I said that, he would have reduced
Yeah.
you to like 2 points of energy. And have any energy canteens?
Right? No.
Oh my god, of course not. I hate to say it, but that'll be pretty embarrassing if you lose because of your own life. Oh my god.
No,
Oh.
come on. Ah, you gotta be kidding me.
This is
I'm getting trolled right now by this guy.
seriously are.
Wow, I
Oh,
can't
there it
believe
goes.
this.
Holy crap.
I got trolled. That didn't even happen last time.
I mean, you have your strategy down anyway.
Yeah, good
It's a matter
luck.
of conserving your own life now.
I know. I don't know why it's homing on me so hard. $150 now. I'm telling you, man. Hard mode is actually kind of hard. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Refreshingly hard, though, I think.
Yeah.
And I've said this a lot of times already, but I find it's a genuinely good hard mode. I think it does everything right for a hard mode. It's a valid point, Lilidin. I don't have anything to actually say to that. Because I acknowledge the validity of that remark, and unfortunately I can't argue against it. Yeah. Josh, if you don't beat this, we're never getting Mega Man Legends 3. You know that, right?
I'll be there. Okay, there. No hit at all. Alright, go under.
Okay, Mega Man, now it's our turn. Take out their weak points one by one.
No, come on. No, seriously? Get back over here. That was bad. Eh, got a decent amount of damage on.
Aim for the underside and the engines on their wings.
Oh, Gary Johansson, you can send that in Shady Round's direction. I believe he's making a mod of sorts for the game, actually. Yeah,
really...
props to your efforts, Shady Rounds. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing how that comes out. But I'm not looking forward to seeing how this comes out.
It's those cannons. It's really hard to do anything about them.
I mean, they're all... If there was only one, it'd be easy, but there are three that are all firing at you at the same time.
Alright, got that fire.
I'm sealing it off!
What? Gunners, what do you think you're doing? Knock them out of the sky!
Sorry, Mega Man.
I'm
We
trying.
can't take much more of this.
Okay, got that there too. Alright, see you
Okay,
later,
catch
Real
you
Mega
later.
Zero.
Yeah, catch you later. Thanks for dropping by and hanging out with us.
Okay, now
Another
we just gotta do the
hit?
front.
What kind of firepower are they
Yeah.
packing on that little ship?
What? We're still flying. There must be someplace we haven't hit yet. Where could it be? Mega Man? Aim for that stun weapon. That has to be it.
Oh,
Mission
slightly worse than last time, but again, what helps is that your health is better.
I'll show them.
Your health. You have a shield repair or something?
Mega Man? We
I
can't
think
take much
so.
more of this.
Alright. My shots are like just slightly off. Okay, here we go. Yeah. There we go. Big damage.
Nice. Oh boy.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Ugh.
One more section and we'll be in trouble. Come on.
There we go.
And-
Oh,
Yeah! Okay.
nice.
Got he. Woo!
Oh boy, that was
That
tense.
was really tough one.
Yeah. Good job, though. That's what I'd call a victory.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Teasel. I lost.
Don't worry your pretty little head over it, Tron. We tried our best, but sometimes your best isn't good enough. We lost fair and square. That's life.
Victory, Screech.
Yeah, now we can refocus our efforts on getting Mega Man off the moon.
Yep. Now that he's alive, we can get him off. Well, they died.
They did eject. Didn't they?
I don't think so.
Maybe. Maybe we should have taken it easier on them.
Maybe.
Yeah, I can't wait for the health bar boss next.
Alright, that's gonna have to wrap it up for this one. We did 2.5 hours, so.
That was a good run, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from a few hiccups here and there.
Yep.
Alright, well, let's see. going on right now. And earlier this week we announced a new one. It's called Boss Breakout.
Hey!
And it's a boss design
doing?
contest where
Wait.
Whoops.
Oopsie.
Get out of here now! Next time, knock before opening the door. Sorry, Roll.
fist pumps in the meantime for that.
Yeah.
But
This time.
how long will we be streaming this? Until we finish it.
Yeah.
Like, and I would think that's a feasible goal for next week, maybe, or maybe the week after. I mean, we have the sub gates, then we have we have Bruno, and then we have Juno at the end, and the main gate. Okay, maybe.
No, it's gonna take a while. We got 100% everything.
About that, yeah. Okay, yeah. You know, we're trying to get the most out of this game as we can.
Exactly.
So it'll probably take a few more weeks because now we gotta max out weapons, and all that, all those shenanigans. Needs an answer in the chat. I'll let you type that out while I give the announcements.
Let me what?
Ask the question initially as to how long we'd be streaming. He needs an answer in the chat because he's downloading the game and can't watch the stream right now. Can you type that out while I go into detail about the contest and stuff? So yeah, earlier this week we announced a boss design contest called Boss Breakout, and that's going to be running for 3 weeks. And the reason that that's running for a shorter period of time than our Resolve the Cliffhanger event is mostly because it's... You finished typing there. That's pretty loud. Oh, they can't. Okay, good. Okay, excuse me, guys. Josh is typing up here, and I thought that would be disruptive. But yeah, that's going on right now, and the reason that's running for a shorter period of time than our Cliffhanger Resolution event is because it's, in essence, more of a supplementary contest than a full contest. And what I mean by that is, we started that contest with the hope that it would help people brainstorm ideas for their Cliffhanger Resolution fanfictions that they would be submitting to our the contest we announced beforehand. So, you know, we were thinking, like, okay, people are probably going to be playing bosses, or, you know, or at least a major enemy in their fanfiction. So, you know, we thought, why not make a boss contest to help people brainstorm ideas on that front? So yeah, this contest is pretty much in the spirit of helping folks brainstorm ideas for bosses to put in their fanfictions for our Cliffhanger Resolution contest. And in that respect, yeah, it's kind of more of a supplementary contest than a full contest. That said, you know, if you're not submitting anything to our Cliffhanger Resolution contest, you know, we're perfectly okay with people sending in, you know, just bosses that they have thought up, you know, for nothing really, just bosses that they thought up. So, you know, even if you aren't, and you know, that works both ways too. If you entered it, if you want to enter our Resolve the Cliffhanger event, that's fine. But if you don't, you know, no pressure. You know, enter whatever contest you want. We're happy with whatever you want to participate in. And there are some prizes tied up with that boss contest. We're offering, for one thing, 3 Mega Man Legends 3 postcards that were given away by Rockman Unity back when Legends 3 was still in development. And these are pretty much Japan exclusive. They're obviously not available now, so that's pretty cool. And we're also offering 3 Mega Man posters from Bonus Level, who was, you know, the same artist who drew that Mega Man Legends 20th anniversary artwork we posted back in December. And lastly, we have a Mega Man, Tron Bonne bead sprite that's based on her appearance in Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I'll be showing off a picture of that later to give you folks an idea of what that looks like. But it's pretty big, a bit bigger actually than the Walnut bead sprite we're offering for our Resolve the Cliffhanger event. So I'm thinking like 13, 14 inches, pretty big. But yeah, we think that just makes it a more valuable prize. Yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. And if you are interested in entering, that event is going on in our Discord group. That we have a text channel exclusively designed for those contest submissions. So check that out. You can see the link to our Discord channel on this video in the lower left corner, I believe. Something like that. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I had to say. And you can check out details on that in our Discord, or actually just let me get the Facebook post too. That's more reliable. But yeah, for rules and guidelines for the event.
You cut off. Where'd you go? Well, now he says he's online. Or offline, I mean. So I don't know what he did. Well, I guess I could just say my little news tidbit really quick while he's up and away like that. So my back. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. So if you guys know Guru Larry did a video recently, like yesterday I think. It was like top 5 games or five trilogies that never completed. That was it. And I bet you could never guess what the first one he talked about on there was, so I'll go ahead and link that there as well, because I do like him a lot. But yeah, okay, there is the post right there, Skybean0, he did post it, so why are you not a mod? I don't know why you're not a mod. That's weird. But said Mercs Inc. Yeah. Yeah. Shame Mercs never got that third one done. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long he's gonna be out for. Wait. Oh. Wait. Are you there?
Hey guys, I'm a bright one.
There you go. He's back.
Off Discord.
Yep.
Purely my fault, excuse me.
He found his way back home.
I think I pretty much talked about everything I wanted to talk about, though. I was actually going to pass it on to you to see if you had anything to mention.
Yeah, just the one thing I already mentioned, just the video. So that was pretty much it. Not a whole lot going on right now that I can think of.
And?
Huh?
I mean, there is for us as far as Get Me Off the Moon activities are concerned.
Yeah, I mean, stuff that hasn't been said already.
Gotcha. But I think that pretty much wraps things up here. So, again, folks, thanks for tuning in to our stream and hanging out with us. And I guess we'll see you next week with our continued playthrough of Mega Man Legends Hard Mode 100%.
Yep.
So, till next time, guys, keep fighting the good fight.
Wait, actually, hold on. Wait, sorry. I know. I just remembered. Next week, Easter weekend, I'm going to be out of town, so there probably won't be a stream. I can see if I can hand it off to somebody. I just remember that right now. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah.
That's important to know about.
That is important. So next week, pretty iffy chance of there being a stream, but I definitely won't be here to stream, so we'll see what we can do. But
if you're the kind of person who can hand off your save to, I mean, we can probably get someone else to substitute.
Yeah, I could do that, so.
That's with you about that, then. But anything else, then?
Nope, that was it. Sorry.
Okay, no. I'm glad you remembered that. I didn't.
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you hopefully next week. We'll see what happens. But yeah, until next time, keep fighting the good fight, and as always, legends never die.
Legends never die. Woohoo.
Have a great weekend.
Yep. See you next time.
Stay legendary.